Good morning, guys. Another good race on the Crew Motorfest. I'm using the R390 GT1 road car from Nissan to start with. And this race is going to show the difference between like using a meta car and not. Um, the first part of the race, the hypercar race with this car here, isn't really the part I want to show. But I do end up securing a good, solid place and holding it for quite a while, actually. So, as you can see, the usual rammers, slammers, and wall riders and bashers are out in full force as per usual. But we end up using a lot of agility and just kind of holding our line and careful use of boost and just kind of trying to keep things like together on the road, which this car is pretty good at doing. It's not the best handling of the hypercars, but as long as you can keep it between the ditches, it's actually not bad, and it does recover fairly quick. So whoever Ruin CJ is, he's killing it. Like, he lucked out and got way off at the lead, and he's holding it pretty strong. And as usual, I'm not really trying to get first place. If I get it, that's awesome. But if not, whatevs. I didn't expect otherwise. Definitely biffed that turn right there. Beautiful scenery, like, honestly. Like, when you can actually sit back and watch a replay and see how actually nice it looks, it's pretty cool. So I don't know if any of you even give a shit, but you're probably wondering why I'm using my phone to film these replays. That's because my email's all kind of goofed up. My former email that was attached to my PlayStation account is no longer active and is buried. So I can't even access the password to change it into my current email. So I'm kind of stuck. If I want to do game videos, unfortunately, I'm stuck using my phone and just viewing a replay, which is fine. I don't care. It still gets the point across, and you can still see what's going on. It's not terrible. It's kind of low quality, but whatevs. That's not the point. So I hold second place right up for about 59% of the race. Now, here's what I'm talking about meta cars. So this old Z28 is definitely not meta. I've seen maybe 2 people take this car because it's so goddamn slow and horrible. But I've done some tuning on it, and I've made it a little less horrible. And I just kind of wanted to try it out, and I didn't realize I was going to be doing so good on this race, or else I probably would not have taken it. But this is going to prove the difference between using a meta car and not a meta car. And meta car, of course, means the overpowered car, the car that everybody uses because it has a clear advantage over the rest of the cars in the game. So this, of course, is a rally class. This is a more of a rally car. It does kind of good on pavement, but it does moderately well in the dirt. Altogether, the Z28 isn't a very good car, period. It doesn't do anything really well. But it is fun to drive, and yes, the sirens work, but I tend not to use them all the time because they annoy me, I think, more than they do the other drivers, honestly. So pretty soon you're going to see, like right now you can see people creeping up on my 6. You look at the mini-map, you can see the little triangles creeping up. And they do catch up pretty fast. And, of course, they're all using meta cars. The Ford Focuses and the Citroen rally car, they're all rocking them. Like, it's a whole line of them. I think there's a Porsche in there, too, which a lot of people like using a Porsche as well. Because, I'm not going to lie, using a exotic car in the dirt is kind of fun. But altogether, usually, before I did any tweaking to the handling and the tuning of this car, I'd be all over this section, smashing into trees, screwing up bad. And so he's giggling, even though it took him this long to catch me. And, of course, he's using, what's he using? Oh, he's using the Lancer, which, again, it's a very common rally car for people to use. So all these clowns behind me that are going to creep up and pass me are pretty much all using meta cars. And this shows the difference. Like, this is why the game isn't really a fair game, honestly, because it's like, yeah, we're going to give you all these cars to use, but if you don't use the proper one, you're going to get stomped on no matter what. So again, keep in mind, for almost 60% of the race, I was second place with nobody behind me. Like, clear as day, smooth sailing all day. And yeah, you can see the meta cars. You can see the cars they're using is the Citroens, the Focuses, all these cars except this poor bastard. I kind of felt bad for him. Not many people used the Camaro either, the newer Camaro rally car. But so here now I'm down to 7th place, and of course it's time for the TVR to kick in. I was surprised someone else actually took the RX-8, the Dave Weedman behind me, with the black RX-8. I like using that car, but it is underpowered, and he's just fucking stomping with it. Like, holy shit, man. I was like, all right, that's cool. I didn't even try to hit him. But honestly, I got to hand it to this TVR. This car is awesome. I don't know why no one takes this car, but I find it works really well. It's a great looking car, and it handles good, plenty of speed, sounds good, the whole nine. It's just a good car. But this video was to show what happens when you don't take the meta car. You don't take the OP car, the car that everyone else uses. It kind of screws you over. This would have been an easy 2nd place victory for me. But I screwed up and took that old Camaro because I was curious. I was like, well, can I tune this thing to actually make it work? And I guess I somewhat succeeded in making it better, but did I make it a viable, competitive car? No, absolutely not. That old Camaro is not competitive. And it's too bad because it's fun to use, It's kind of looks like a cop car from that throwback era, you know what I mean? Like from back in the day, Smokey the Bandit and Cannonball Run and whatnot. This poor guy screwed up. But I'll take that pass, thank you. And as you see, I'm not really one to blast right into people and just add insult to injury, because I don't believe in doing that. I think that's ridiculous. It's bad enough that you screwed up and hit the wall and had to reset or whatever. It's bad enough. And then have some idiot just come up and screw themselves over just to hit you. Which I never understood that. So many people do it. And I know there's some of it's probably an accident where they just couldn't move in time, but 9 times out of 10, they're just doing it because they're a dick and because you were slightly ahead of them. But altogether, I kind of hold 6th place, and I think I do finish in 6th, which is coming right up. Yeah, 6th place finish. I'm not complaining. It was a good run, and I did pretty well considering I took that slow-ass Camaro. But I did try to tune it and make it right. And no, I didn't look online to see everybody else's tunes and follow anybody's guides, because I think that's just that is an extremely pompous, narcissistic thing to do. Like, oh, guys, if you want to win, you need to look at my tuning guide because that's how you win. You can't do it because you're a poor or whatever the fuck. It's like, fuck you, dude. To me, I think that's really pompous and really ridiculous. But anyway, that was the video. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope it showed the difference between using a meta and a non-meta car. It really does affect it, and honestly, the one thing that Ubisoft and Ivory Tower could do to fix the Crew Motorfest is implement ghost mode. Give us a ghost mode, please. Like, you can have your full contact PvP if you want for all the rammers, slammers, and wall riders. That's great. But give us a ghost mode to where it's an actual competitive race where you actually have to use, I don't know, skill for victory. I don't know. Just a thought. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.